Thursday, the 26th. Zoom, zoom, zoom. The days fly by. Hope that the days are being good to you and the nights. Just getting my motor rolling here. And really nothing special to say except hello. And kind of like, enough of you people are letting me know that you appreciate the check-ins or, the videos that, okay, I'll say hello and see where it takes me. I think really, to be quite honest, the main thing that I'm thinking right now is today I'm missing my younger brother Patrick. For some reason, he popped up in my dreams really strong last night. So I put some pictures up of him on my Facebook page, thinking about him. And thinking about death, but not morbidly so. Just thinking about the reality of it. So that's my comment on Facebook today, which is to savor life because death is inevitable. It's not morbid, it's a fact. So, do I have any special plans for today? No. Do I need some kind of special plan or activity today? No. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be on in my home, not on the street freezing my ass off. I'm also happy to be unentangled with people having problems and relationship problems and other kind of problems. So, it's another day on the planet. I'm happy to be breathing. The records that I had showed, I didn't get all the way back to one that had a big impact on Blake the other day. Julius Hemphill, Coon Bidness. Yes, Coon is an old negative term for black people. I don't know the origins of it, but just like the term nigga, not nigger, but nigga, we took it back, and we'll use it the way we want to, and that's what's happening with the title of this album. That it's about some Coon business, yo. You understand what I'm saying? This is really strong, and this really made a big impression on Blake as a horn player. Julie, the one that I want on vinyl, I have the music, is Dogon AD. That's really intense. As well it would be with the subject matter, the Dogon, the African tribe. It's an amazing album. It really is very intense. I'd like to have that on vinyl, but I do have the music on my computer. Got a nice call yesterday. Got a call from Hank Red, who was with Stevie Wonder for years and was, for a time, Stevie's musical director, if I got that right. I know he wrote horn arrangements for quite a few of Stevie's records. And the big one, about Sir Duke, that's dedicated to Duke Ellington, that's Hank Red's work. The horn arrangements, that's his work. It was really nice to get a call from Hank. Yeah, he's all over this album, and Stevie Wonder is one of the greats of music of all time. He gets his props a little more by the music community, thankfully, than a lot of black people. It was nice to talk to Hank, and we're catching up on a few things, and he's not really interested in being interviewed in public and stuff. I interviewed him once on radio because I wanted people to know more about him, here in Omaha, the fact that we have such a, to me, important musician here in Omaha. He wrote that big hit "Free," because I just got to be. Was that Denise Williams that had that hit? He wrote that, and he wrote some other songs. But interestingly, when I interviewed him before, he talked about how, royalties dry up. Radio through clear channel is really quite unfair. Led Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac don't need any more huge royalty checks. Some of the rest of us deserve some of that, and they don't play. It's a very narrow group of people who get played all the time and get those royalty checks. It's bullshit. But it was nice to talk to Hank. I'm glad that I have friends like that. So, yesterday, I listened to this album. Eyes of Blue. I believe they're a Welsh band. You'll correct me. You folks over there will correct me, because I know. In Fields of Ardath. This came out in 1969. The liner notes are by Quincy Jones. This is very good. I used to have their other album, Crossroads of Time. I'm so sorry I sold it. This is very good. Progressive and jazzy. The drummer John Weathers, who ended up in Gentle Giant after this, is on here. This is really good. They do a tribute to Django Reinhardt, and the guitarist does a pretty good approximation of Django's style. Very good album. I've had this for a long time. And it was a long time to... It was a while. It'd been a while. It was time to bring it out and play it. This got played all the way yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Masqualero with Arnold Anderson, John Christensen, Tor Brunborg, Nils Petter Movar, and Frode Alnes. Aero on ECM. No, not a typical ECM sound. No, that's bullshit. That's lazy thinking that happened back, I think, in the 80s and 90s when people were starting to say, oh, it's that ECM sound. That's bullshit. Ain't no damned ECM sound. There's an ECM aesthetic. This is a very good album. Not fiery. Kind of dreamy. Masqualero. Really like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, I got to the Person Pitch by Panda Bear, and this was really a very enjoyable listen. The comment I said about leaving their concert, it was just that night. It's no big deal. It doesn't mean that I don't catch their magic. It just happened to be that particular night I was tired or something, and it's like, okay, I'm ready to go home. And I've done that before, where it's like, I'll really like the music, like the band, but I'll be tired. I want to go home. And I really am at the point now where I'm not interested really at all in going to shows. The way to get me to go out is to let me play. Lionel Williams is coming back to Omaha. I've talked about him in the past. He's a character. That's John Williams, the Star Wars composer. That's his nephew. We bonded, and we're still in touch when I opened for him. We've been in touch a few times. He's bought some of my music, too, which is also, I love that one. That's a true compliment. He's coming in town next month to play. I'm going to try to go to that. But overall, the idea of going out for a show doesn't excite me anymore. It doesn't. Let me play, that's another story. For me, a classic Italian progressive rock album with the over-the-top vocals and everything. Contamination by RDM. I'm looking for the name of the band written all the way out. It's something Eurovisio. I've looked it up. I know what it means. I can't remember it now. This is one of those keyboard-oriented albums that's really very demonstrative and all over the place. I love it. I've had a few copies of this. This got pulled when I was pulling something else. It's the 12-inch single by Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets. Live at the Roundhouse doing See Emily Play and Vegetable Man. And this is good. It's a one-sided with the etched side. This is good. It's great that Nick Mason still likes to play. Music still means something to him and the guys. And these are good performances. Good performances. What else is sitting out? More Takahashi. Day in the Next Life. This is the music of this music is real important to me. Real important to me. I didn't play it, but I pulled it. Yesterday was the 30th anniversary of the release of Dusk by The. There was a time when I was getting into The. Primarily the overall picture that Matt Johnson was portraying, because he's not much of a singer, but his outlook on life and the way he would put groups together. You know, Johnny Marr was with him. He was good at that. So I was just actually just showing this online yesterday. I didn't play it. So that's what's up. I'll always be thinking I'm forgetting to say something, but it's more like, you know, like I said, stream of consciousness when I make the videos. I don't write down what I'm going to say and plan this and that. I kind of think about it for a minute beforehand. Hello, family. Always thinking of you, family. All of y'all, whoever's watching today. It was good to hear from Anita yesterday in Poland because, like I said, I'm still jazzed about this book, folks, so I'll show it again. She's also in this book about records from Poland. Looking forward to the online translation. I'm just really so pleased to be in this book. That's just the coolest, people. Now you know it is. I also shared with the Jonathan Mark Sievers, who painted that portrait of me. You know, I didn't even really think about that, you know, but until I posted it, and then it's, oh, that's a painting by John, you know. John shares in this, you know, this, and he got a hold of me and said, you know, I told him I'm pretty sure that I gave all the credits for the photos to them, so I hope that you're credited somewhere in the credits. He said, that's no big deal. I just want to get a copy of the book. This is the first time I've had one of my paintings reproduced in a book. It's big for him, like it is big for me. So that's mostly what I got today, you know. We just got to just really try to be kind to one another, because the world is just roiling in an absolute, but it always is, but still, it's worth mentioning that we have work to do to try and recover from some of the madness that we're in right now. So be kind to yourself, number one. Find ways to be loving to yourself and share that with others, because that's really how it starts. You know, when there's a good warm fire on the inside, there's heat to share, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, you can't feed people from an empty cupboard. So fill your heart and recognize your own goodness and worthiness and share that with others. Talk to you later.